sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion, delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message. I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990. Your bank account and anything I feel would benefit you. 800-306-1990. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it. Well, I guess I better get my guys are not even working with me this morning. There they are. I think I see them.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Absolutely. Broadcasting here this morning. It's a Monday morning. I don't know. We're a little slow today. Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing planner. Plan to save you money. I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. We are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. We have to check out the celebrations of the day. Christy, we got to see what they are. National Chocolate Covered Nut Day. I don't know about that one. How about National Clam Chowder Day? What are we going with? I can't see behind the monitor. I don't even know if Christy's there with us today, so we may not be able to check this out. Let's go with Chocolate Covered Nut Day. Always can go with a chocolate cover. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Yeah, sometimes you don't. National Chocolate Covered Nut Day. Checking the markets for you today. Dow Jones Industrial Average, it is up 174 points as we speak. We're looking at oil down almost $2 a barrel. What does that mean for us in Taxofornia? Well, our gas, $3.28.5 a gallon. About 90 cents more than the national average. $2.39.5 is the national average for a gallon of gasoline. $2.10 is the cheapest gas in the land. That would be in Mississippi. Yeah, you can enjoy $2.10 in Mississippi. You don't get that in Taxofornia. What else is going on in the markets? We'll look at the 10-year Treasury. We look at that one all the time for you. 10-year Treasury, it's down about one tick. Call it 269, 268.5 is the precise number. So we're watching that for you as well. The mortgage market, the bond market. We'll talk about that in the Mortgage Minute in just a little bit because we did see some interesting activity. I saw a lot of folks talking, well, you better be careful because of what's going on overseas and what's happening with the president. His conversation, did that have a big effect on the markets? Well, we're going to chat about that in the Mortgage Minute a little bit later on in the broadcast. We will get to it. I'm not going to leave you hanging too long on that one. Let's take a look at the morning briefing. Did you watch the Academy Awards? Yeah. They had a good ratings on the Academy Awards. I guess people like the idea of no hosts, a little less politics, but they were still there. I did notice that Spike Lee got in trouble last night. He took Barney's uniform. You remember Barney the dinosaur? Yeah, Spike Lee looked like he was dressed as a Barney clone, so I wonder what his dressers or people that take care of him were thinking about when they dressed him as Barney the Clown. I'm just curious about that one. Moving right along in the daily briefing today. Yeah, the president heading out this morning to a second North Korea summit. I know some of his national security people, State Department folks, saying that they are a big issue, that the North Koreans still a major threat. The president seems to be okay with where they are right now. his big commentary is that, you know something, as long as they're not sending up more nukes, as long as they're not testing more missiles, we might be better off. But here, the big news of the day, President Trump came out yesterday saying that the China trade talks, his tweet was very productive talks yesterday with China on trade, will continue today, leaving for Hanoi, Vietnam early tomorrow. This was yesterday's tweet, obviously. But they extended the deadline for the tariffs that were going to take effect on the 1st of March. Markets saw that as some really good news. That's why we're seeing the market up as much as it is. My take is that, well, you know something, I agree that the president probably did like that idea, but here's the bigger issue of what I see in the whole arena there, is that the president's just clearing the deck for what's going on in the North Korea talks. Doesn't want to have to deal with the other issues. So if he's going over there, you know, you could have guessed that they were going to clean this up before he left. Just my personal opinion there. You know, like everybody else, everyone's got an opinion on what's going on there. President seems to be a pretty sharp guy on a lot of these issues. He seems to learn quickly and came out and just said, you know something, we're going to clean this mess up, and we're not going to deal with what's going on with all these others who have these other commentary. So we'll see where that continues to go. We'll continue to watch it, see what else they have to say on some of these different issues. LA Times op-ed, renamed John Wayne Airport over 1971 racist comments. Just amazing. I mean,
You know better than that.
Yeah, John Wayne's 1971 Playboy interview is leading to a call for an airport bearing his name to be renamed, as Michael Hiltzock wrote in an LA Times op-ed. Get rid of the guy. You know, what I know there we are. A lot of blacks, there's quite a bit of resentment along with their dissent, and possibly rightly so. Wayne told Playboy in 1971, quote, "But we can't all of a sudden get down on our knees and turn everything over to the leadership of the blacks. I believe in white supremacy until the blacks are educated to a point of responsibility. I don't believe in giving authority and positions of leadership and judgment to irresponsible people," unquote. Think that should change the name of the airport? I'm still in favor. John Wayne Airport. Spike Lee, famed director whose Black Klansman won Best Adapted Screenplay last night, apparently tried to storm out of the theater after Green Book won the award for Best Picture. Black Klansman was also nominated for Best Picture. Lee compared the Green Book win to a referee making the wrong call. At the event, he was visibly angry and threw his arms up in disgust. He, along with a few others, did not applaud the winner. Lee eventually found his way back to his seat. Why don't they just take his seat away from him and keep him out of there? Amazing. You know, if he doesn't win, he's got to throw a temper tantrum again, and you can't miss him because he did dress up looking exactly like Barney. So I don't know what his thoughts were there, but that's just Spike Lee back in the game again, trying to keep himself relevant. Unbelievable. I just cannot imagine what this guy does on a regular basis. But, you know, that is his prerogative. He has the right, you know, to be a fool whenever he wants to. That's kind of the way he works, the way he operates. I just don't get it. Where does the guy come off with this stuff? But, you know, that Spike Lee, you know, you can guess those things. I got in a bit of trouble with my wife last night because I am not a fan of the Academy Awards, but I consistently told her who was going to win because you can just guess in this day and age of political correctness. You have to... You can almost predict. Unfortunately, at some point in time, we're going to get to a point where we say, you know something, all of the awards are tainted because you have to be a specific gender or race in order to win, and that's not the way it should be. But, you know, that's just the way it is. Oscars opted to go with no host this year. No one wanted to go up against the Twitter mob, but comedians Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, and Maya Rudolph opened up the show with some jokes of their own and could not resist throwing politics into the mix. Good evening, quote, good evening and welcome to the 1 millionth Academy Awards, unquote, Faye said. Rudolph clarified a few things about the ceremony. Quote, there is no host, there won't be a popular movie category, and Mexico is not paying for the wall, unquote. Guess they couldn't help themselves. Moving right along in the news of the day, Adam Schiff opened his mouth, told another lie. All you can ever do is, and I don't even know what the story is that my team put in front of me, but whenever Adam Schiff talks, you can expect a lie to come out of his mouth. Intel Committee Chairman Adam Schiff insisted on Sunday that he's willing to take the Justice Department to court over Mueller's forthcoming report on the Russia investigation, which sources tell Fox News that is wrapping up. They're going to obviously subpoena the report, Schiff told George Stephanopoulos on ABC. We'll bring Bob Mueller in to testify before Congress. We'll take it to court if necessary. And in the end, I think the department understands they're going to have to make this public, unquote. Now, they can bring Mueller in, but he doesn't have to say anything. He doesn't even have to show up because he's part of the executive branch, and they can just claim executive privilege. But lying Adam Schiff doesn't know that. He's not that well versed. New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham says she pulled National Guard troops from the southern border because there is no, quote, real emergency, unquote. During a Sunday appearance on CBS's Face the Nation, Grisham said, as everyone ought to be doing, I was on the border and I'm looking and asserting whether or not there's a real emergency or crisis, and there isn't. And the reality is these troops need to be available when there is a serious issue or an emergency to deal with. Grisham ordered the troop withdraw February 5th after Trump ordered National Guard troops to the border to provide extra security. Maybe they'll just, when they build the wall in Texas, they build the wall, they've already got one in California, and they're going to build one in Arizona. They'll all go into New Mexico. You know, they're just going to push them into where they want them to be. Then maybe we'll see if there's a crisis there or not. On CNN's Inside Politics this Sunday, host John King aired portions of interviews with Democrat 2020 hopefuls in Iowa. Rather than directly answering how America can afford the price tag that comes with parts of the Green New Deal, Kamala Harris said it's not about cost. Well, we're only $21 trillion in debt. The question should be, is it worth the cost in terms of the investment potential, she said. Are we going to get back more than we put in? Does the government ever get back more than it puts in? Amazing. Moving right along in the daily briefing, Special Counsel Robert Mueller's team told a U.S. judge on Saturday that President Donald Trump's former campaign manager, Paul Manafort, quote, repeatedly and brazenly, unquote, broke the law and argued he did not deserve leniency at sentencing. The recommendation from Mueller increases the likelihood that Manafort will spend the rest of his life behind bars. He is due to be sentenced March 13th. Some more headlines. U.S. tax refunds plunged 17%. That's good. People are getting their money back earlier, maybe not letting the government hold on to as much of their money. Court ruled that male-only draft unconstitutional. Women get to be drafted now as well. UC Berkeley employee elated by violence against conservatives made him feel emotionally so much better. So violence makes them feel better at UC Berkeley. I guess that's the idea there. Amazing where we are heading on some of these different issues. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. A few touts here or call-outs. Alex, glad to see you with us. Mitchell, Jay, Jonathan, glad you are all with us this morning on Ron Siegel Radio. Got a great broadcast lined up for you today. How can I increase my family's net worth? What exactly is your mortgage APR? Things to know about mortgage loans and bad credit. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, at Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037 and DRE number 018694552.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends over at Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star has the programs and the products for you. You just need to make that call. Gold Star, they are the only one I know of with the Fast Pass loan approval, Gold Star Mortgage. What is happening in the markets today? We are looking, the S&P 500 up 15.87 right now. It's at 2808. So we've got to look at the chart and see, what does that mean to you? What does that 2808 mean? Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 165 points. We are what they call a breakout, but there is a gap, so we might come down a little bit to fill in that gap. We can generally anticipate that happening. The 10-year Treasury is at 268. It's up about 2.68. Up about 3 basis points, not a huge ride there. The Fannie Mae 30-year bond now down 9 basis points. It was fairly flat earlier in the day. but we're down 9 basis points right now. We are sitting at a bit of a support level right there at the 25-day moving average, and we've got the 50-day moving average approaching as well. So we've got more room for that bond to move up, which means rates would come down. That's what we're looking at right there. But the question, as I always share with you, is what is going to drive the market? What are we watching? Why are these things happening? We can always tell what's happening. That's easy. Anybody can tell you that information. But we've got the optimism over the U.S. and China trade talks. President Trump tweeted, I quote, "I am pleased to report that the U.S. has made substantial progress in our trade talks with China on important structural issues, including intellectual property protection, technology transfer, agriculture, services, currency, and many other issues. As a result of these very productive talks," again quoting the president, "I will be delaying the U.S. increase in tariffs now scheduled for March 1st. Assuming both sides make additional progress, we will be planning a summit for President Xi and myself, being the president, at Mar-a-Lago to conclude an agreement. A very good weekend for U.S. and China." We're going to be also watching. Now, there's not a whole lot going on in the market, in the news, but there is a bit the highlights of the week. Jerome Powell speaks to the House and the Senate. Tuesday, we're going to get housing starts, Case-Shiller Home Price Index, FHFA House Price Index. Again, Federal Reserve Chairman Powell speaking to the Senate. Wednesday, mortgage applications. Jerome Powell speaks to the House, pending home sales. Initial jobless claims and GDP comes out on Thursday, and the Personal Consumption Index comes out on Friday. Got quite a bit of news coming out, but today, it's just quiet today. The rest of the week will be busy. That's the Mortgage Minute. Again, brought to you by our friends over at Gold Star Mortgage. I always like watching what some of the others are putting out and telling people about what they should be watching, what they should be concerned with when it comes to discussions on mortgage loans, APR, and the like. So I was looking at one article this morning talking about the APR, annual percentage rate. Mortgage interest rate and mortgage APR, while related, they are not the same. You'll see both listed for mortgages. For example, you may see a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage with an interest rate of 4.25% and an APR of 4.385. The interest rate is the price you pay on your home loan. The APR is the interest rate plus other fees and costs associated with buying a home. APR is really what they want to make you think that you will pay, because you're not going to be actually seeing that. You're going to actually get the bill, but then you're going to start paying based on what the interest rate is, not what the APR is. Again, the APR is building in other items. The federal government supports the annual percentage rate disclosure as the benchmark barometer of a loan's cost when mortgage shoppers begin their quest to find a good deal on a home loan. For this reason, it's important to understand what goes into a mortgage APR. Now, there are some companies that will put different things into the APR because the basis of it is what is the rate, in essence, the cost of the loan. So you don't put in there anything that's not a loan-related cost, right? So even though you may have a government transfer fee, that is going to happen regardless of whether, when you buy a home, you're going to have that government transfer fee. The taxes on the purchase are going to happen whether you have a loan or not, so it should not be included in the APR. The APR you pay on your mortgage includes, again, if you have a higher APR, then you can expect to make monthly higher for the term of your loan. You'll also want to really compare APRs and not just the flat interest rate. Well, the reason you're doing that is because you want to see what the total costs are. But you could actually, in my opinion, you just go and look at what the interest rate is versus interest rate, and then look at fees versus fees. The government always wants you to believe that you're not smart enough to do these things on your own, so that's why they make these metrics for you. The interest rate is a percentage against the total loan amount that the mortgage lender charges each year in exchange for loaning the money to the borrower. The APR, on the other hand, is that interest plus some other charges. With a home, those charges include the items listed above. The APR is used primarily for fixed-rate mortgages. The APR on adjustable-rate mortgage is a forecast only, which is often inaccurate. That's why we have to be careful of that. Say you loan your nephew $500 to buy a new bike. In exchange, he agrees to pay you back in 6 months. You charge him 5% interest rate each month for the favor. The interest and payments break down. Interest rate 5%, APR 0%, monthly payment $84.55. Total cost $507.32. Interest payments is $7.32. So your nephew's interest is $7.32. That's simply the money he'll pay you for the loaning him the money. Use your loan to a nephew as an example. Let's say you're a tough uncle or aunt and you tell your nephew that you're going to charge him a $20 fee on top of the interest in exchange for giving him the loan. The interest doesn't apply to that $20 charge, but that charge is paid out over the course of the loan as part of the monthly payment. Rather than up front or when the loan is paid off, the payments with APR break down like this: 5% interest. APR is 18.6916%. Monthly payment $87.93. Total cost $527.61. Interest payments $761. Same scenario applies to your home loan. You pay interest and you pay APR, but what you really pay is the APR, which includes the interest and is your total cost of borrowing. Keep in mind that there are charges that don't go into APR categories, such as closing costs, which aren't included in the APR. Again, that's because you would have the closing costs whether you have a loan or not, so it's not really a loan-related fee. The APR helps you evaluate the true cost of borrowing the money for buying a home. It actually helps you spread the costs of that purchase out. Again, let's look at your nephew again. Say he buys a bike under the 18.69% APR scenario. He decides after 2 months to sell it. At that point, he's paid you a $175.86 toward the loan, $676 of which covers the $20 fee you're charging him for the loan. He sells the bike for $400. He pays you the remaining principal left on the loan, which is $334.72. But because he spread the $20 fee out over the life of the loan, he's actually saving $13.24 compared to if he had paid that an upfront $20 fee. Moral of the story is that APR helps spread costs out across your monthly mortgage payments for the long haul, and it benefits you if you end up selling your home earlier. You could pay less interest if you paid all the fees associated with the loan up front, but if you need to sell early, you'll lose your money. Knowing the APR lets you measure how much interest you end up paying in the long run. It also lets you compare loan products and fees to see how you can save money over the term of your loan. Couple of tips and tidbits. APR is disclosed for a new loan or credit products. You won't, however, see APR in your monthly mortgage loan statement, as the APR is used as a cost measure when you first apply. The sole purpose of APR disclosure is to make mortgage shopping easier. The APR doesn't change the amount you borrow. So we can offer different calculators to help you with this stuff. If you want some more specifics, give me a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Again, you can reach me anytime. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, talking about your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, how can I increase my family's net worth? Girl Scout cookies. We are still selling those, helping the Girl Scouts out. Got that on the docket for you today. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. The replay is available, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. How can I increase my family's net worth? That is the subject. Every 3 years, the Federal Reserve conducts their survey of consumer finances. Data is collected across all economic and social groups. The latest survey data covers 2013 through 2016. The study revealed that the median net worth of a homeowner is $231,400, a 15% increase since 2015. At the same time, the median net worth of renters decreased by 5%, $5,200 today, compared to $5,500 in 2013. The numbers reveal that the net worth of a homeowner is over 44 times greater than that of a renter. Owning a home is a great way to build family wealth. As we've said before, simply put, home ownership is a form of forced savings. Every time you pay your mortgage, you are contributing to your net worth by increasing the equity in your home. That's why Gallup reported that Americans picked real estate as the best long-term investment for the 5th year in a row. According to this year's results, 34% of Americans chose real estate. Stocks followed at 26%, and then gold, savings accounts or CDs, or bonds. The bottom line, if you want to find out how you can use your monthly housing cost to increase your family's net worth, let's get together and chat about it. It's not an issue. We can help you with that. It all has to do with the big difference in real estate over any of the other items. It's simply called leverage, right? You're leveraging your real estate. You own, if you buy a piece of real estate, you know, it may only go up 4% only. It's not a bad return, though. But if you've put down a significant amount of money, then, or a minimal amount of money, which is what I recommend you do, is the least amount possible, the whole idea becomes you're able to then benefit from the leverage of it. Let's just use, because it's a simple number, I'm a simple guy, 10% down, and your property goes up 4%, that gets you 40% return on your capital. That's the big issue. You have to remember the issue is your capital. That's why I want you to understand the way that works is you put it in the stock market, for the most part, you're dollar for dollar. In your 401k, you're dollar for dollar. You're not getting that other, the benefit of the leverage, that 10 to 1, because you only put 10% down, and yet you've got an asset, you've got a control of 100% of that asset. So think about that concept. That's why it works so well for you. That's why you can benefit from it. Just a thought for you. I constantly think that's in your best interest. That's why we bring it up for you on a regular basis, to keep you informed, let you understand where the benefits are to you and your family. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment, again brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Go ahead, just text it, NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. Girl Scout cookie time. We always like Girl Scout cookie time because it's our opportunity to help the Girl Scouts. We kind of like this thought. Go ahead, take a look at Girl Scout cookies. That's why I've got them in front of me. Here's the issue. Send us any contribution you want to the Girl Scouts. We will forward that to the girls. They're going to then take and buy cookies with that money, and the money then goes to a local nonprofit organization. Probably go with one of the homeless shelters right now. That's one of the big issues going on. So we'll probably send that money over there and let them have the benefit of it. That's the Girl Scout cookie drive. You can forward money, Venmo, PayPal, Square Cash Card. Any of those services are opportunities for you. Let's talk about some smart tax moves that don't involve tax deferral. Just a few for you. According to conventional wisdom, deferred individual federal income bills is always a good idea, but conventional wisdom can be wrong. To be sure, tax deferral is beneficial if you turn out to be in the same or lower tax brackets in future years. In that case, making moves to lower your current year's taxable income will at least put off the tax day of reckoning and give you more cash to work with until the bill comes due. If tax rates turn out to be lower in the future, deferring taxable income into those years will cause the deferred amounts to be taxed lower rates. That's great. If you're a small business owner who operates using a sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC treated as a sole proprietorship, or a partnership for tax purposes, or S corporation, you have the most opportunities to defer taxable income. Usually you do that by taking steps to reduce business taxable income, which will be taxed on your personal Form 1040 near the end of the year. For example, you can use the cash method of accounting for tax purposes. That allows you to prepay tax-deductible expenses near year-end and send out invoices late enough that they are not paid until the following year. These moves lower your taxable income for the current year at the cost of increasing taxable income in the following years. Hey, I'm just going to share with you, if you are looking for some of these issues, our friend Todd Halterman has some great tools to help you defer those taxes. He might even be able to show you how to eliminate them down the road. I like that idea where you don't have to deal with the tax liability. Now, future tax rates could be higher. We always know that the one party likes to tax more. One party claims they like to tax less. Both parties like to spend as much as possible. We all know that idea. But there are tools out there for the benefit of taxing you less money. There are ways to defer that tax. There are ways to borrow the money so you don't have to pay for it when you take it. There are ways to protect it until the time that you pass this earth. Just a thought for you. There's a lot of these opportunities, but you have to plan in advance. There are also opportunities with post-tax dollars to invest in that Roth IRA so that your money is growing and you don't have to, you're putting money into the Roth IRA after you've already paid taxes on it, so it grows tax-free for you. You don't have to ever pay the tax on that. So that is another tax strategy. There are contributions to health savings accounts that will allow you to make contributions there as well. The bottom line of all of this is there are opportunities for you, and a lot of the opportunities you're not going to be told about in advance. So when that happens, well, then you just have to figure it out and say, well, why is it that Amazon pays no taxes? Well, they went and they used professionals to help them understand all of the tax loopholes that are there. You have access to those same tax loopholes. The question is, are you going to go on one of those online services or try and fill out the forms yourself? Or are you going to do just like some of these big guys do and take advantage of what's available to you? That's the question mark. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, things to know about mortgage loans and bad credit. Which type of retirement account should you open? All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available, Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1, on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRE NMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01866945.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Word on Wealth segment today being brought to you by AskAboutReverseMortgages.com. Are you 62 years of age or older? Do you have equity in your property? The reverse mortgage might be, I don't know whether it is or not, might be the right solution for you. I've had some conversation with a number of folks recently, and the issue has come up on reverse mortgages, and it's fascinating to me listening to where people are on the product, because some folks, they're sitting there looking, they've got a large line of credit, home equity line of credit, they've got a first mortgage, they've got credit card bills, and then they're telling me that they're cash flow strapped, yet they're over 62 years of age. And they don't even explore the option of the reverse mortgage. Now think about this. You then reduce the reverse mortgage is generally going to have a lower interest rate than the home equity line of credit. It's going to generally have a lower interest rate than any kind of credit card bill. How about consolidating all those? And if you want to continue making the payments, you have that option. But if you find that your cash is a little tight, don't make the payment and you don't have a problem. Just think about that concept. It's not that difficult to understand optional payment. And then at the end of the day, here's the two biggest myths I hear from people. Well, I don't want the bank to take my property. Well, maintain the property, the bank won't take it because you're not going to ever be defaulting on the loan because the payments are being made. Now, you have to pay your taxes, you have to pay your insurance. That's not an issue. You're doing that already. Right? So if you default on those, you got a problem. No matter what you do, you've got a problem. But let's think about the other issue that comes up. Well, I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave something to my kids or grandkids. Well, if your interest payment is lower, and in many instances it's like 10 or 15% of what the interest is on credit cards, maybe 20% of what your credit card payments are, think about that. You're going to be leaving more money to your kids because you're not sending it all to some other bank. I mean, if you're making a credit card payment, if you're making significant credit card payments, well, if the issue is that you can't control yourself, that's a different story. But if the issue is that you're just having some tough times or cash flow problems, then it becomes you're just going to leave more money to your kids and grandkids or to your heirs than you would otherwise because you're not paying as high an interest rate. And you've got the liquidity. You can take the money back when you want to. Your line of credit with the reverse mortgage grows. Give us a call at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. Let's put together a debt analysis for you. Right? That's the whole idea. Nobody talks about that. It's a fascinating story to me because constantly I hear people say, well, I got to talk to my financial advisor. I got to talk to my CPA. I've got to talk to my lawyer. Right? And those are all great people to talk to as long as you've got competent ones. I don't know if they're competent in your case or not. I don't know you. But here's the issue is who's helping you with your debt analysis? Yeah, I know the answer to that because in most cases the answer is no one. You're not getting any guidance there. No one's looking and saying, what is your blended household interest rate? Ron, what is a blended household interest rate? Well, it's the interest rate you're paying on all of your debts weighted based on the size of them. Well, Ron, I've got a 3.5% loan on my first mortgage. Okay, what's the size of that loan? $100,000. But I've got a home equity line of credit that I'm paying 8.5% on. What's the size of that one? Oh, it's $300,000. So you've got the biggest loan has got a 9% interest rate or 8% interest rate. Does that make any sense to you? Well, it was easy to get it. Oh, okay. Well, does that make... Think about some of these things. They just don't make any sense, and sometimes we continue to do them the same way because we don't know any better. Well, now you know better, right? Give me a call at 800-306-1990. We'll put together a legitimate debt analysis for you. You put it all in there. Now, you could do it yourself. You can try and figure these things out. We've got the programs already built for you, so you don't have to worry about it. But, hey, if you want to do it yourself, that's fine. And also, you know that I've got the budget calculator for you, the Legacy Financial Planner, right? All you have to do is go to text RSR Budget, no space, RSR Budget to 79564, RSR Budget to 79564, and you'll be able to get connected with that tool. You go to mbelinks.com/budget, mbelinks.com/budget. They're all free. So you can't even say that they cost too much money to get this knowledge. It's great knowledge, and it costs you absolutely nothing. And it's worth far more than what you pay for it. I'm just going to throw that out there for you as well. Just a thought for you. Get some of that information going. That is the Word on Wealth segment, again, brought to you by our friends AskAboutReverseMortgage.com. Go ahead and get the information from the people that understand it best. So let's look and see what type of retirement account should you open. Unless you want to work until the day you die, planning for your retirement is a must. Hey, Social Security is not going to cut it. You may get Social Security, but there's not a lot of money there. I think the average person gets about $2,000 a month. How far will that go for you? There are a number of ways to get ready to retire, but you'll generally need to open a retirement account to save the money you need. That way you can spend your golden years traveling, relaxing, enjoying your family instead of stuck behind a desk or starting a second career as a retail greeter. Hey, you can be a happy helper over at Walmart. Here are some of the retirement account options you may have the ability to use and why each of them may or may not make sense for you. The workplace retirement plans are the first bucket of retirement accounts we'll cover. If your employer offers a workplace plan, you at least should contribute enough to get the free money the company offers in an employer match. Many workers in the private sector have access to 401k plans, which employers often offer as part of a benefits package. Employees can choose whether or not to participate in the plan. The 401k itself is essentially a shell for free tax money, which you then decide how to invest. Exchange-traded funds and mutual funds are the most common investment choices. Tax-deferred status of a 401k is one of the biggest advantages that this retirement account option offers. Instead of paying taxes now, you pay them in retirement. You'll likely be in a lower income tax bracket then, resulting in lower total tax bill. The other major advantage is that some companies offer employer matches. This means your employer matches your contribution up to a certain percentage, effectively giving you free money for your retirement. 401(k) plan operates very similar to 401k. You contribute pre-tax money, then choose how to invest it. You also may get a match from your employer. The only real difference between the 401k plans are generally for employees in the private sector. 403b are typically government or nonprofit employees. Individual retirement accounts, that's the IRA, a good option if your employer does not offer a retirement plan, or if you've already maxed out your 401k contributions. Notably, IRAs have much lower annual contribution limits than the typical workplace retirement account. While you can contribute up to $19,000 to a 401k, in $19,000, the maximum contribution you can make to an IRA is $6,000 per year. What good is that going to do for you? Ow! Several types of IRAs to consider depending upon your needs. Well, I'm going to have to get into those a different day, though, because we are about out of time. And I ask, as always, set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. Or come back and see us. Make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun, have a great day. We will talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.